Greetings from the fig farm here in Southern California, Zone 10. And we have up-potted all of our fig trees. And we have about 50 bare root trees to sell you guys. They're currently on our Etsy store at Fig Freaks. We've got a bunch of Greek heirloom figs, a bunch of strawberry crunch. And we're excited to share them with you. People always ask me, why do you love Smith so much? Well, it's the end of March. And look how this thing puts out. Figs everywhere. You've got main crop and Breba. Isn't that beautiful? We've got cherry cordial, black Madeira, a bunch of Greek heirloom figs, Col de Dame Gris, Col de Dame Noir, Vasilica Sica. What's this right here? Vasilica Sica. It's pretty amazing. And we're going to share them with y'all. How do we do it? Well, we root prune them. So we take a big round 3-gallon tree and we cut it into a nice little square root ball, about 5 by 5 by 5. The plants love it. It gets rid of all that woody root. They put out beautiful new growth. They put out figs, and they show their appreciation every step of the way. Black Provence, putting out all kinds of figs already. This is a fantastic fig. Once again, we've squared it off from the old 3-gallon and put it in a nice 10-gallon squat pot. There's your outline of the old root ball. No longer a ball, it's a square. And it's got all this room now to get big. After we root prune them, we put them in the shade 3-4 days, rest a little bit. So we're more than happy to share these with you. There's a lot of work and love and effort that goes into raising all these trees. They're the best varieties that you can get out there. Some you cannot get out there. You have to come through us. They're Greek heirloom varieties, like Strawberry Crunch, Dr. J, Alexandris. This is number 7. We haven't sold any of those cuttings yet. Given a few away to people that have made other cutting purchases. But we're really proud of what we're doing here. We went to 7-gallon squat pots, which are a little bit shorter. They don't tip over as easy, and 10-gallon squat pots, depending upon the variety and the demand for cutting. Here's some of our southern apple trees that we use for scion wood. We've used these for a few years. They're on standard rootstock. Got them from a nice gentleman in Mississippi. And look at this, getting ready to leaf out. I'm going to get a fruit bud out of this one this year. This is an unbelievable apple called Black Twig. And we're also going to sell some apple scion this year to y'all. So we'll have a little section on a shop where you can buy apple scion if you want to graft some of these to your existing apple trees or get some rootstock and make your own. Here's number 4. Root pruned, putting out beautiful new growth and figs. This is a really good tree. This is cherry cordial. Very prolific, very early. See the figs coming through there. They're beautiful figs. They taste like a cherry cordial, get really, really big, got a really cool neck on them. There's Italian 258 seedling. Putting out figlets already. I'm telling you. They just love being root pruned after they hate being root pruned. Figo Preto, which is the same as Black Madeira. You've got Breba here, which will probably fall off. Here, your main crop ones are coming through right there. Seedling number 6. These are all delicious figs here I got from a friend. They haven't fruited for me yet, so we don't sell any of them, but they are delicious. I've had them. Here's another Smith fig. Just love looking at these plants. Just love it. It's really, really gratifying to know that we did about 240 up pots. Bunch of deliveries of Pro Mix. A lot of sweaty days. It's been hot here in Southern California. It's nice today in the low 70s, but it's been in the 80s and 90s. The Shia Black is a phenomenal fig. Super excited to get more of these. They're delicious. We up potted this one. Root pruned it like we always do with the other trees, and it's responded really, really well. No sign of shock. It just wants to grow now. It's got so much more room. Got rid of all those woody roots that were constraining its growth, and now it's saying thank you. Let me show you how I appreciate it. When you buy a bare root tree from me, it's basically trees like this that I will root prune for you just like this when you purchase them. I'll get rid of all the soil. I will trim the tree appropriately in the best way possible. I will send you any lignified wood in the box with the tree so you can graft them, you can propagate them, you can do whatever you want to do with them, and we'll get it ready for you to plant in the ground. This is Thea Maria Black Raz. That basically is putting out little figlets and little baby ladybugs. I don't think you can see the ladybug, but there's a little ladybug in there being created. This is a strawberry crunch tree here from the original tree of Thea. Gotta love her. Thank you so much, Thea. Black Provence, we've got little figlets. This is a phenomenal fig, Black Provence. Well, I doubt you're still there, but if you are, this is a nice tour of the fig farm. Colonel Littman's Black Cross. This is a pretty early fig, as you can see. Colonel Littman's Black Cross. We've got about 5 or 6 of these for sale in bare root, and this is from the rootstock, same cutting, same year, just have way too many. And a lot of the Colonel Littman's has plenty of drops, or the cuttings that we pull off. Here's another Colonel Littman's here. Figlets, figlets, figlets everywhere. So get those bare root trees. You'll be in the fruit production a lot earlier. You will get fruit from them if you do it right this year. All of the trees that I am selling, we rooted in the winter of 23 for the growing season of 24. This is their 3rd growing season. They've all produced fruit from year 1. Or we're not selling them. Anything that doesn't produce fruit, we do not sell. This is young Mike from Harvey, Korea. Curious about what this fig is. It has not produced any fig, but I have faith we'll get some this year. Let's go over here and show you some of these trees that are for sale. Blackberries have been doing great for us here as well. Here you go. Here's about 38 bare root trees over here. We've got more over there that we need to get photos of, do some measurements on. So for instance, this is a strawberry crunch tree. Okay. I'll root prune that, bare root that. I cannot ship it to you with all this green stuff on there, and you don't want me to either, okay? What I'll do is I'll come down here and I'll cut it here. And then I'll cut whatever drop I have to cut of this to get it in a 6-inch square by 24-inch long box. Any of these drops that we cut, they'll go into a bag and they'll go in your box. So you'll end up getting, you know, out of this one probably 2 cuttings. That's $50. This one here will stay on. And as you can see, it's about a 9/16 caliper diameter on this tree. Cuttings have been sold off this last year. It responded by putting out these branches. As you can see, it's going to put out lots of fruit. It's going to put out lots of fruit. We're going to stall that because we're going to cut it off. So you have two little bumps right there. One's a fig and one's a leaf. These are all strawberry crunch in here. I highly recommend you grow strawberry crunch. If you don't grow any other tree, you grow this tree. It's better than green Michurinska. It's better than strawberry verte. It's the best Adriatic fig I have ever had. It's prolific. It grows wonderfully. in many different environments. I have a friend in the state of Oregon who gets all kinds of rain, crummy weather, and he gets a good breba crop out of here and a really good main crop out of here in 2-year-old trees. So same thing here. These are all Strawberry Crunch. You'll get plenty of drops on some of these. The photos are for each tree. So number 2, number 4, we've listed them that way. You'll know exactly what you're getting. And here, what I'll do on this one is here, I got to cut this off to get it in the box. I'll cut that there. I'll send you this drop. I'm probably going to have to cut it to about here. I'll send you all this wood. That'll be root pruned, ready to go in the ground or a pot. I can tell you for right now by looking at this, this is Colonel Littman's Black Cross, okay? Look at this. Fruit. 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 I may want to keep this one, right? I may want to stick this one back in my farm. What is that? That is number 35. So on this one here, unfortunately, you're going to lose that fruit because I got to cut that off of there to get it to you. But what I'll do is these are green. You don't want those. But look how prolific this is. People say Colonel Littman's is a slow grower. Maybe it's our environment. Maybe it's the love that we give them. Maybe it's how we take care of them. I don't know. But at every node, fig, 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 fig. Everywhere you look. Okay, this is a nice hardened off drop. You could probably root that easily. You'll get this drop here. And I'll cut it right here. And then when you plant it in your hole like this, okay? At an angle. So it's a straight tree, all right? You don't plant it like this and grow out that way, okay? So when I root prune that and give you like a 5 by 5 by 5 square, you take and you stick that either in your bigger pot like that or in the ground like that, you'll be golden. And you'll probably be right about here. And again, that's about a 1-inch caliper. You're at about 3/4 inch here, 9/16. And this is all of our figs. We've got about 5 or 6 Littman's Cross in here, Vasilika Sika. We got a bunch of stuff to share with you. We just don't need all these figs. I know there's more Littman's Cross and Vasilika Sika over there. This is a great fig. We just don't have any to sell. I've got air layers that we're going to keep because it's so good. And this is Black Raz. Okay. This is a wonderful, wonderful Greek fig. You'll only find it here. There's another young Mike. I whacked this one here to see if it stimulated fruit production, so we'll find out. That other one we didn't cut. As you can see, you cut them and they really respond by growing. Good shoots. I was looking for my Casariani. That's one of my favorite figs. Used to be right there, but we up-potted it, moved it. Thea Maria White. Wonderful fig. But I would like to find Casariani. Wonder what I did with that. There's another Smith. It's getting to be a long video. This looks like a Smith. No, it's a Vasilika Sika here again. Look at that. Boom, boom. Now this is the heirloom variety Vasilika Sika, okay? I call it number 8. And I got this from a Greek guy who's a customer. And he's had it for a couple 100 years in his family. Look at that. It's just loading up with figs. And I also have the VS version from Harvey up at Figaholics. So we sell both of those. I believe this Greek heirloom one is better than the Harvey's one, better than the VS copy. It's earlier, it's sweeter, it produces a bigger crop. They both taste really good. They just taste a little different. Here's another Smith right here. See, and now we didn't cut this one, and it hasn't responded as well. You're just starting to get little figlets. So the one that we cut and sold cuttings off of It responded by going nuts with growth and just putting out a boatload of figs. And this is also indicative of figs are like people. Each tree is different, even if it's from the same mother tree, right? This is just a superstar. So, this is the tree we cut and sell cuttings from. Number 11, that's a delicious black fig again. Strawberry crunch, you could tell some of the original trees from Eftahia. Not that one over there, which I got a cutting from her and it grew into that 13 years. But a lot of them, as you can see, they love to grow up and they love to put out lots of branches. Okay, you can really spot one of these Strawberry Crunch original trees from Eftahia. Okay, here's one here. That's the pot she gave it in to me. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that. This produces one of the best figs I've ever had. They dry on the tree super easily on this one. You get a Breba crop. They dry on the tree. They don't rot. They go all year long. All year long. It's just a phenomenal. It's the best taste. Some are so good that I write very good on it, like this one. Very good on it, like this one. And just to know for a fact, do not bear root and sell that tree. Sorry. Unknown Pastellier. This is a great tree. It's highly productive, delicious, really resilient to the black fig fly. Look at these figs. I put on my reading glasses so I can actually see these. Look everywhere. You know, I complain about California weather all the time because it's always hot, and it's hot at the winter. It's hot when it's supposed to be fall and stuff. But this is the advantage we have. Now, the disadvantage is you're going to get hammered by the black fig fly, and it just sucks. This is a cool tree, and I'm so excited. This is another one of them southern apple trees on standard rootstock, which will get 30 feet tall if you let it. So we're keeping it in pots, and we're just using it for scion wood to make copies. It's called Stellar. And I'm pretty sure we're going to get fruit on it this year. There's a leaf bud. Could be a fruit bud. Big, thick, fatty. Leaf bud could turn out to be a fruit bud, but I don't think so. I think that's going to be a leaf. But I think we're going to get some fruit buds up here. This is going to be a fruit bud. That's a fruit spur. It's going to give us an apple flower, and it'll turn into a apple if it gets pollinated. And we've got plenty of apple trees here with flowers, and we hand pollinate them. There's a fruit bud right there. So excited. Cherry cordial, I already told you about this one. You got to grow this one. I love it so much. We have 4 of them. Here's an air layer that I did last year. Look at this cherry cordial air layer. CC. If you're a coin collector, you think, oh, it's Carson City. And this one just got done last weekend, so it's still a little upset, right? You can see it's kind of like looking hazardous. But it will boom like that in a couple weeks. Here's a Vasilika Sika. Great tree, and you could tell the difference between the Harvey Correa VS version of mine is mine say number 8 on them. That's how I know it's Vasilika Sika. This is again Vasilika Sika, as you see the number 8. We've got about 5 of these for sale, and they're really prolific, right? Fig starting, fig starting, fig starting, fig starting, fig starting. Nothing there. But if you come over here and look, you've got fig, fig, fig everywhere. Please check out the bare-rooted fig trees, our Etsy store at Fig Freaks, and have a wonderful day.